Okay, so this Xterra has been a bit of a brutal nightmare. We had cold, we had heat, we had cold. Then we got really bad cold. My first go at these fenders, as you can see, that looks rougher than a stucco bathtub. What happened was, and I should have paid attention, is up top here, we got some primer and delamination problems. So when I mixed up the rocker guard liner, I don't know, maybe it's too aggressive, maybe the liner itself eats right into the paint, I have no idea. What did happen was it delaminated, bubbled everywhere. So I had to pull it up, so I resanded a bunch of stuff, and resprayed it, and then it just ate through some more. So what was happening was, like in a lot of these spots, the paint would lift from the primer, and it looked like it had a, I guess you can call it like a saran wrap underneath. It was beautiful. The primer underneath it was pristine, but it lifted. I guess if I let the whole thing harden, it'd be fine, but I'm not going to do that with this. So I had to sand the entire fenders down to right through the paint into the primer. Then I hit it with some Trem Clad, sprayed it. It's a terrible paint job. I don't care. I just want to seal the raw paint. Then I at least have something to spray to when I hit these things again. So this has just been a lovely, lovely go. So watch me spray. It's gonna smell, Terrence.
Why'd you shit yourself? You got fucking Brock?
No, I didn't shit myself. The paint is...
shots? Sorry, pissed me off about a little mini torch there from home hardware. The fucking thing, empty. The little lighter thing, completely empty. The little butane thing.
Well, I got butane right in there. I bought some because the stuff I got from the store to do my soldering on my other things, completely fucking empty. So you're going to use it, and it's cold and it's shitty and windy, because as soon as you go to solder something, the wind picks up.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I had to get out the big torch, and I melted all the fucking wires, and then the anger ensued after that. So then I was like, I'm going to buy some butane, just so I have a can of butane, so when I lose all my lighters, I still got the goddamn butane.
That's in here, is it?
The butane?
Yeah.
Should be a white jug right there. Jug being white, cylinder. Says butane on it.
Ah. Depends on that.
Just probe around with your lighter.
This one.
Say butane on it?
Yeah.
There it is.
Well, this would be blue.
I didn't say. It's got white in there.
Yeah, fuck, fix the record.
I didn't realize you didn't speak the English.
No.
So, as the first go in this fender, it does clean it up quite a bit. I can hit the other side, and then I'll use the final as a touch-up, and I'll blend in across here. But it's better. But for the third and fourth go on it, Jesus H Christ, I've never had anything like it. I'm going to mark it down to too aggressive of a mix as far as the acetone. Then I used an xylene in it, which thinned it out beautifully. But then the problem is I wiped everything down with the acetone, and it had no effect on anything. So it's got to be a combination of everything that did it. So There we go. Gotta admit that looked better. Trick behind this is always be moving. I guess this is on. So I guess what we've got here is the Xterra done. Shit ton of problems. Primer from original primer started to let go on the top of the roof, and then I sprayed an aggressive mix, used some acetone, and I found an xylene that would actually smooth it out and not change color, hardened a bit. This is actually just a gravel guard. I'll show it. That's a gravel guard, but once you learn a bit of the chemistry on it, xylene is a good thinner, and so is acetone. This is the first one I've ever had any issue with an acetone on. Acetone makes it flash really quick and harden just as much as any epoxy sprayer. that epoxy spray that has anything with a rubber content in it too. But it turned out well. My buddy Terry uses it as a hunting machine to haul around his gear. He needed something 4-wheel drive to get in, get out. And sun's now in our eyes, but this is November 3rd, 26 degrees outside, so I figured I'd finish it off. This thing was a bit of a bastard. Rockers were shot on it. We got them patched up. We hillbillied it up pretty good. Resprayed that front fender, which was the 2 fenders out of all of it were the biggest issue. So I blended it all in. It's now got to flash off. It'll flatten. I like this product, which is a Dominion Sure Seal rocker guard, which they make rust check as well. I've never ever had any issues with it this time, and I equate that to a bonding and a primer issue, which the roof up here, as I shown you before, shows has got a little delam problem. I remember the GMCs and the Chevys had the same one where the paint would literally just fall off in sheets. So yeah, all the way along, I mean, it's an older vehicle, but still cleaned up. I think it needs a 3.5-inch lift. Clean it up or whatever, but that's the spray. What a goddamn nightmare. I've never had anything like it, like nothing like that. Sanded it, spent a couple hours with some grinding disc getting it down to through primer and then down to bare metal. So then I threw some paint on it to seal the metal and give me something to get that liner and give it a bite to. I know it doesn't do very well on straight up metal, so couldn't find a good epoxy primer either, let alone one to buy any, because you can't even find any at Rattle Can here. So the point being is really watch your aggressive mixes and your thinning. I've never seen anything like that or had any. You know, first thing I made a call to my uncle and a few other guys who are professional painters, like real professional painters, and first thing they said was, is your primers let go, and the only way you're going to fix that is to sand right through it. They have those same issues. I had a bit of a wax problem on the hood, and it just screwed up the papers and clogged them. The first thing they said is, you know, they have some waxes out now that just penetrate into the molecules of the paint and seal it up, and you know, just be aware of that. You could use waxes that ruin your paint, and you got to go get a new paint job or touch up, and it costs you thousands. So with that being said, that's the Xterra, and good learning. And that's Terry. He's really fat. I do apologize, but we're signing out. Cheers.